So, good morning, all of you. Good morning, Shanmugh sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, I think in the last class we have been discussing about this decimal to binary, right?
Yes, sir.
So, if anybody has performed it, you can show, or otherwise I will first explain it, and we will compare what is your solution. Okay,
Okay, sir.
we'll do that. Or will you show first? What's your choice? Do you want to show first, or shall I explain first?
You show first, sir. We'll check whether we can. We did
Sir,
in
that
short.
day I tried. You said a small correction is required in between.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Let us make a workout. First, I will explain you the workout, and then I will try to write the pseudocode or a flow chart. Then we will uh, try to know what is happening in the flow chart and how the answers are getting. Okay. Okay. Share the screen. Okay. Okay. Right. So I think if there is a number 64, so I am explaining to all the people who even did not understand how to do that. If you know already in mathematics, that's fine. Anyway, it's my duty to explain. Okay, if you take 64, up to 255, 0 to 255, you can accommodate in 8-bit. Okay, if all the bits are filled with 1, that means all the bits are on, then you will say it is 255, 256, or some number at the last. From 0 to 255, it will be the range. So in our problem, I'm always trying to take only between the range of 0 to 255. So I only have 8 bits. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we will have this as 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, how the computer will determine what the number is? By switching on that power. Okay, for example, you take what is 2 power 0, it will be 1. 2 power 1 is 2. 2 power 2 is 4. So 2 power 3 is 8. 2 power 4 is 16. Next, 32, 64, and next you will get 128 something, right? So if you add all these things, maybe the number 255 might come. If you want to add, this means that you should switch on these bits. So if I switch like this, if I say these bits are all 1, that means they're all on. So everything should be added. So finally your answer will come. But based on our binary, I have given something called 64 as a number. So if the 64 as a number, that means this should not be highlighted. So these all things should be 0. Then only the addition will give you 64, right? So, so this is 64. So if you add all these things, which are always 0, that means off, then your final answer will be 64. This is what happens, right? So for this, what we will do to make it 0 and to make it as 64, we should do something like this. We should switch off them. That means these are all zeros and only 2 power 6 will be on. Okay, this is what we do it manually in mathematics. But how do you make a computer know? So this is where you are getting only 1. So 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. This is what the binary number for your 64. Now, how your computer knows is a big issue here. So if I need to get it in mathematics also, how do I know that without any something like a manual strain of calculating the additions and or seeing how it will be successful? I have something in mathematics called LCM. So I will use that LCM now. So I have 64. So I will divide it And you know, if you divide 64, that you will get directly 32, and the remainder should be 0. Okay, so the next thing that I will do is 2. How much is 32? It is 16. It will be 0. Next thing I will divide. These are called reminders, and this is what quotient that you will get. Okay, so I will put it in red. So I want to understand the problem, how it is actually working. Okay, these are reminders and this is quotient. So again, to 8 16, the remainder will be 0. Next, to 4's 8, the remainder will be 0. Next, to 2's 4, the remainder will be 0. And the next one will be to 1's 2, the remainder will be 0. And the next one is to 0's 0, and the remainder will be 1. So now how you consider is, this is considered as 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5. This is 2 power 6, and the last quotient that you will have to do is 2 power 7. This is how you need to print. So while you are dividing and getting the remainder itself, if you print in our master console, it will be printed like this: 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. This is how it will print. So this is enough for my output. For this problem, this output is enough. So it's very easy that the only calculation that you need to do is, if you have a number, find its quotient and remainder. And after getting the quotient, now make the number as the quotient itself. That's what I'm understanding, right? If n is a number, if I divide it by 2, I get a quotient, and also I get modulus, that means the remainder, right? Now the next thing I will do is, my quotient should be n. So n should be assigned with the quotient itself, right? This is how I will do. Whatever quotient that I get in the next loop, before I come to the next loop, I assign the quotient to n. So again, if the next loop, the n will be the new quotient, and from there you will find its quotient and also its remainder. Again, you assign it like this. So if you go on doing this, in between somewhere you print. The print will be coming into the master console like this. Okay, so to do this, I have few things, few symbols for me in this particular Raptor. These symbols are also same as programming symbols that whatever language you use. So the same symbols I am writing here. If I'm getting n as something like 65. Now the greatest thing here is, if you are using 65, the most important part is that you only get 32, right? You do not consider 32.5. This is wrong. So this should not be considered. You need to only consider 32. That means only even divisions, even quotient should be there. And so what you do is, you only consider 32. Anyway, if you do the multiplication with 32, you will get 64. Okay, so if you get 64, the remainder will be 1 naturally. Okay, so what happens is, the first thing itself starts with 1. And next thing, I think it's okay, to 16's 32, remainder will be 0. To 8 16, the remainder will be 0. To 4's 8, the remainder will be 0. And to 2's 4, the remainder will be 0. And the to 1's 2, the remainder will be 0. And to 0's 0, and the remainder will be 1, right? So I think you can clearly understand what happens. It is 2 power 0, this is 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, and 2 power 7. So if you consider the same number, if you have 8 bits in your case, okay, like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is considered as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? Your term is to on 2 power 6 and 2 power 0, and remaining all will be zeros. That means you only need to add 2 power 6 plus 2 power 0, which will give you the number 65. This is what happening. But yesterday, I think Agarwal has done something like she has been doing with 32.5, and so the remainder is also getting with some points. So you need to eliminate this decimal point. This decimal point should be eliminated. And one example I can give is when you are doing something like if n is 65 in the loop while you are coming to the loop, maybe you can write the pseudocode. The next thing that you do is your quotient will be assigned with n by 65, right? I'm sorry. N by 2, whatever n is. So what is our n initially? You can write it in the comments. The n might be something like uh, 65 by 2, right? This is my comment I am keeping. This is a comment symbol in Python. So n by 62. So 65 by 2. So naturally what Agarwal has got, that answer will be given to us. And I don't know how many of you have explored it. It's all your case to explore. You should not take my help at any point in this case because it's very easy to find out. The only thing that you can do is instead of writing this line, you need to go for a new one. That means quotient will be assigned with, there is a function called floor in your mathematical functions. So floor of the n by 2. So now what happens is whatever the answer that comes, like instead of n by 2, that means 65 by 2, the answer might be something like 32.5. But what does this floor do is, now it will appear like this, floor of 32.5, right? Now the floor does something which is equal to 32. So the final answer will be 32. If 32.5 is inside the function floor, and your answer, final answer will get to 32 because it is removing this one. So it is making it equal to the floor. Whatever the value might be, the value will be equal to floor. That means whatever the lowest value. Okay, 32 is the lowest value here. That's why it's called flooring. So next, simply Q will become 32 naturally, right? The next step what we are thinking about is after quotient, we need to get remainder. So now you say R, which is n mod something like 2, which will give you the remainder. So because our n is 65, so I will write it in the comments. It might become 65 mod 2, which will give you the remainder 1 naturally. So immediately what you do is you will put this remainder 1. That's all. And next what you do, before you go to the next loop, again, you simply write something like what we say, okay, n will be assigned with quotient, n will be assigned with quotient, and the loop repeats like this. And you should remember that in between, when you come to the loop here in the flow chart, there should be some condition. So it is your turn to decide at what condition you will quit the loop and come outside and end the program. Okay. So every time you see, these are the steps that are important. First, get the quotient using floor. Next, get the remainder. Next, assign the new end to the quotient and write down the condition, whatever condition you want, so that at some particular point of time it should quit. So I think I have helped you a lot in writing this program. So
Sir, I
now,
have done these things, sir, without any flow division, sir. Only by using basic system.
yeah, that also can be done. I have seen a few people doing that also, but I want to just mention that for this flow chart, even the other alternative is also there, whatever you are saying. Okay, but I stress on using floor because for other programs there might be no other option instead of using floor. Okay, that's a greatest case that we need to observe. That's why I'm trying to use only floor, but I will also see into your solution. Okay,
Yes.
right. I will stop sharing it now. It's your turn. So what I will do is I will just share these two screenshots with your WhatsApp group so that you will know how the workout can be done. Yeah, Paul, I think if you are interested, you can start sharing it.
Yes, sir. It's showing disabled, sir.
I will enable it. Right. Okay.
Sir, can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, I can.
This is the code, sir.
Okay.
Alert from
Should I zoom it, sir?
2 power, what is that? X. Can you zoom a little
Yeah.
bit?
That. Yeah. This thing, sir.
Okay. 2 power x greater than n by 2 or 2x greater than or equal to 2 power x. Mhm.
Yes, sir.
0 answer will be okay.
And last one I did by this thing, sir. If there is no n, if n is equal to 0, put it as 0, sir. If n is 1, that is the case of 2 power 0, sir, actually. So I have to keep it as 1.
Okay.
The last.
So what will happen is x is equal to 0. Are you in the x minus 1 you are doing that? Okay, Paul, this is also a good logic. If you can explain, the people can also look into that. You can just explain it. You
Yes.
can get ink if possible. On top there is ink, right? You can write something if you have a pen.
If I have a, sir?
Yeah, if you have a digital pen, you can write down, or otherwise no
I
problem.
don't have, sir.
Okay, right. Yeah, you can explain orally if possible.
Yeah, sir. Actually, sir, this code starts from 2 power 8, sir, not from 2 power 0. It comes from reverse way, sir.
Mm.
And when it comes to it should 2 power x should be greater than n by 2, sir.
Mm.
Like in case if you take 65 or something, sir. So
Mm.
2 power 5, sir, 2 power 6 is this thing, sir. 60, sorry. 2 power 6 is 64, no, sir. And this becomes a 32.5.
Mm.
So it is valid for only this thing, sir. If you take it as 2 power 5, this becomes 32 and this becomes 32.5.
Ah.
So the case is not valid, sir, for this. So it is only for 2 power 6.
Ah.
And one more case added is for n should be greater than 2 power x. But sir, if it is 2 power 7 or 2 power 8, so it should not allow it, sir. That's the reason I set the limit, sir. For n should be greater than or equal to 2 power x.
Okay.
So first you need the answer, sir. First 2 power x. Wait a second. So answer if wait a second. So if you take 2 power 6, sir, it's 64.
Ah.
So it becomes 65 minus 64, sir. So the n becomes 1, sir.
Okay.
So the 1 will be remaining, sir. After doing this all, if n is equal to 0, then at last the 2 power x in that x will be 0, sir. If n is equal to 1, the x will be 1, sir. So
Okay.
something like that.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can you please explain that loop condition again?
Which one is it? False or mine?
Yes, sir.
My condition.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Shall I run the code, sir, once?
Yeah. You can run.
Actually, both, sir.
Sir, choose a number, sir.
Okay. Choose 65 only. Let us see.
65, sir. Yeah. 65. Sir, should I keep it on speed, sir? Like.
Yeah. Slow your speed so that we will look into that.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the code, sir. From 2 power 8.
You are going from 2 power 8 to
2 power 8 to 2 power 0, sir.
I think that will be 9 bits, right?
Yeah, sir. Actually, in last class you said 2 power 8, sir. Actually, that's the reason.
Started only 2 power 7.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, that will be fine.
Okay, sir.
Somebody asked who is this? Shreya?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, which one you want me to explain? Is it
Actually, both the conditions, sir, if possible.
I did not understand. Both the condition in that is it in this flowchart what Paul is showing?
Yes, sir. That condition and the condition which you took, sir, to explain both.
That condition I said you need to decide because I did not give the condition in the loop.
Okay.
I only gave you how you can calculate the
Okay.
final answer before you print it. Okay.
Mhm. Yes.
I think Paul, you can explain this condition again.
Sir, the condition is very simple, sir. There's only two conditions, sir. So 2 power x should be greater than n by 2 and n should be greater than or equal to 2 power x, sir.
Okay.
So if you take n as 65 or something.
Paul, 1 minute. I will just, you can stop sharing it. I will write it on the board so that we can track
Yes.
it. People will understand what you have done.
Yes. Stops.
See, Shreya, my condition is very simple. Like it is only about how many times you are repeating the loop. That's all, and you are every time checking whether n is passing out the entire bits. Or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
that thing.
Actually, I thought of giving a condition that if quotient is equals to 0, then it should come out of the loop.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was not able to do
After
that.
you come out of the loop, you before you end, you print it. Print the last one, right? If you print the last quotient that you are remind, see, for example, here I'm showing something, right?
Hmm.
You consider this one. You consider this one. This is the last quotient that you are getting, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
you say something like mod 2 that some quotient maybe by 2 some quotient that may be coming. So you will just measure whether if n is not equal to 0, then you go inside every time. When n is 0, this is the last thing that you are getting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can also go for outside and just print 0, the last n, whatever n you are getting. Okay.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
you can also measure 8 bits, like you can take I and I should not cross 7. This is how you can also do, and every time you can increment I is equal to I plus 1.
I plus 1.
Okay.
Yes.
That's how you can do it. And finally, after ending, you can print the last quotient, whether it is 0 or 1, whatever the value might be, that will be printed and it ends. That's all.
Sir, and you said one more thing that each time the loop gets executed, it should print that binary element, right? Like 1, 0 or something.
Yes, yes.
So for that, we have to put output also, right, sir?
Every time. That's why I'm
After
saying
executing.
I have written it in green. You see here. So output some reminder here. Okay, put remind. So the first step will be this one. The next step will be this. The next will be this. See, this is all based on our observation I have designed. See, this is not at all a theorem or something. You can do it in either way. That's what Paul has done in his own way, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
For brain analysis. There is no theorem actually. So what I want to say, first I want to find out quotient. Why I am trying to find out the quotient? Because I want to give it to the next number. I can do
Yes, yes, sir.
a quotient, whatever it might be. But be careful, but before you go to the next loop, you need to assign the new n as the previous.
Yes, so that can further divide.
That's what. It's based on the observation we get it. Because
Yes, sir.
here we got reminder and finally we want to put reminder. So whatever way you can arrange the steps, that's not a problem. But these are the calculations that are very important,
Yes, sir.
right?
Thank
Because
you.
it's always repeating. This is
Yes.
always n. This row is always n, but every time the n will be its new quotient. That's all. That's
Okay.
why.
Okay, thank you.
Paul, can you tell me what is your condition once again? It said something like x power 2 greater than n by 2, right? You're writing like this. And what is it you said?
Sir, 2 power x is greater than n by 2, sir.
This is 2 power x greater than
N
this
by,
one.
yeah, that one, sir. Yeah.
2 power x. Okay. Let us count how it works. 2 power x greater than this one.
And this one is, sir, n is greater than or equal to 2 power x, sir.
N is greater than equal to 2 power. So let us hope that we have our value something like 65. What is this x? X starts with what? You said 7, right?
6 is a 6. 2 power 6 is 64, no, sir.
No, that's okay. But x should start with 7, right?
Yeah, 7, 7. Yes, sir. Yes,
7,
fine.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now I think we need to calculate what is 2 power 7.
No, sir, 7th one, we can use the second condition, suppose 2 power 7. N should be greater than or equal to 2 power 7, sir.
Okay, anyway, it will measure both. That's why I'm checking it out.
Okay.
I want to even calculate the AND logic also
Yes.
for your problem. So here, if you consider this is 65 by 2, and see if I can explain 2 or 3, people can understand easily. This is 65 greater than or equal to 2 power 7. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is 2 power 7? This is 128, I think.
120.
Greater than what is 65 by 2?
32.5.
And 65 greater than or equal to 128. I think this is true,
Yeah.
but
That
this
is
is not true. So 1 and 0 will give you 0. So this is false. If this is false, you are going to the right side and printing 0. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
After that, you are increasing the value of x. So now x will be 6. So it will be again 2 power 6 greater than Shreya. I think you asked this doubt. You just cancel. 65
Yes,
greater
sir.
than or equal to 2 power 6. Let us consider what is 2 power 6. 2 power 6 is 64, right?
Yes.
And it might be 32.5. Yes, this is true. And what is 65 greater than or equal to 2 power 6 is 64. Yes, this is also true. So because 1 and 1 is 1, he is going to the left hand side and printing 1. I think this is what he is doing.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, did you understand, Shreya?
Yes, sir.
So he has a very simple logic. This is what I need actually. Not everybody going into the same logic. Think of your own workout. See, most people in the first year will generally complain to me that, sir, some people are doing very well, fine, we are unable to do. This is all because you are not spending time. Maybe you spend time for talking with your family for 1 hour or 2 hours in a day, and you might play games if you have that. You might play around 2 hours of your games, and around 2 hours you might view your TV, and under 2 hours you might view your Facebook, WhatsApp, or Twitter, whatever it might be, right? So how many hours you are just spending is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in this, I will just tell to you that the simple thing is, this is not at all valuable. This 2 hours is waste. And this 2 hours, you can cut short to half an hour. And I don't want you to play games for 2 hours, play for 1 hour. And how much time you are saving, like 2 and here 1.5 hour. By this time, you are getting 3.5 hours. And also you are getting 1 hour here. Around 4.5 hours are there for your study. In this 4.5 hours, I don't demand you to study everything, but at least spend 1.5 hour for your programming if you want to become a good programmer. If you sit and analyze until you get it, definitely you will become a very good programmer. And if you are not spending and simply complaining to me, sir, I did not get it, why I did not get it, that why always depends on your time, how you are spending it. Right? So that's why I will always say I will sit even up to 3 o'clock in the midnight. I don't sleep generally until I get the solution. నాకు నిద్ర పట్టదు. ఒకవేళ పడుకున్నా మళ్ళీ ఆ రాత్రి కళలన్నీ కూడా సొల్యూషన్ మీద ఉంటాయి. నెక్స్ట్ మార్నింగ్ ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ మళ్ళీ 6 5 లేచిపోతాను మళ్ళీ 2 or 3 hours తర్వాత. Not every day, but there are some problems which we do not get the solutions, and definitely we need to solve it. And రాత్రంతా ఆలోచిస్తుంది కదా మన బ్రెయిన్, అంటే దాని మీద కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ పెట్టింది. So naturally at 6 o'clock or something, you will get an idea fresh in the morning. You will definitely get the solution and you will find out the answer. So, but here the thing is that your brain should entirely concentrate on whatever problem you are spending on. I think how Paul has got it, maybe I don't know, but if you spend some time, definitely you will get it.
It took almost 1.5 hours. Sir. I have taken a book and I have written all the possible these things. Sir,
that's what I said. I think the exact time I have told, like how much time you spent, right, Paul?
Yes, sir. 1.5 hours. Yeah.
Yes. That's what the dedication I needed. Because if you simply complain it, your entire time will be complaining only. That's what our present governments are doing. Always complaining on somebody, always complaining on somebody, and we don't have any development like America or something. And America also has got a very good president like Trump, who always complains on somebody. Complaining is not at all a good habit. If you can't do, you agree it and try to do it. That's all. See, I always say every brain is intelligent. I don't know how many of you have explored something like floor when I have talked to Agarwal. I don't know even when Agarwal has explored for floor or not. Right, Agarwal? Have you explored and found out floor as a function? Agarwal, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have you explored floor in the
Sir,
internet?
no.
No.
I never heard this function. So
Yeah, that's why I even said to you that day that people have to go to Google and say Raptor math functions. I even gave the hint, right? And you will have something. Here you can find floor which says round.
So your voice is not audible, sir.
Is it
Yes.
audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, it's now okay.
Yes, if you can go to Google, type Raptor reference, you will get these small math functions and you search each one floor. Not only this one, why can't you go to Raptor?
Ceiling, sir. Can't we use ceiling, sir? I tried for that.
Yeah, you need to try everything, not only ceiling, right? It said round up. Round up,
round up
if it is 32.5, it will give you 33.
33.
But what is round down?
Okay.
It will give you to the lowest value. So how much value you get? Like 32.8 also, it will give you 32. So this floor can be very helpful to us. So you need to test it because you found out what is round up and round down. You need to test few flow charts, like you give a value floor of some 65 by 2, 127 by 2, some odd numbers, and you definitely get it. You'll definitely get the answer. So this is how you need to spend the time. You should not say I have never heard. You never heard even life, right? After you are born, you are learning how to live, right? Every day is a new challenge to us. You should not say I never heard. You should track it and solve the problem. That's what life is. That's what I also believe. Everything, the computer science and its problems are always equal to the real world problems. So if you can solve it easily, you can also try to solve others, right? So not only this one, I can go to Raptor. My help doesn't work now. I can just press this general help and you can find the entire notes. I'm not getting it here, maybe some mistake. And you can find out in help, in general help, you can find out all the functions with examples. He will show you how to use it. So this is what I want you to make. No, not every time we can tell, right? So after you go to the job also, I cannot be present beside you and say, okay, this is the problem, you solve this problem, this is our problem, right? They only give you salaries because you have to solve the problem on your own. Inculcate the idea of doing that from the first year itself. That's why I'm not giving heavy problems. I am even explaining all of the problems for you. The only exploration that you need to do is few things I will say to you, like explore the function, what it does, so that I want to make your mind utilized for large part to understand what is the problem and how we can solve it. Okay, so if everybody follows my instruction, definitely you will become good. Otherwise, if you are just like rebels and you don't want to follow, you only depend on my help, and you might be complaining on yourself or others, it might not be at all useful. I always want you to work, spend some time, work out on papers, buy a book of 400 pages, and always use it entirely. Don't leave any white paper. So every day write a date. Okay, on whatever page you are working, write the date and find out how many days you have worked and how many white papers you have filled with your workout. Finally, you will understand what is the power of working and spending some time on some problem. Right. Okay. After this, I want to give you another problem. I think all of you have understood how I am solving it. So, shall I also help you write the flowchart, or will you do that?
So we will do it.
Okay, that's good, Agarwal. That's fine. Now I will show you another one. This is the problem. This is a simple math, but the thing is that you need to explore what are the things that are there, right? So you can find out the functions for sine inverse, cos inverse. You will have something like this. Okay, this is arc cos, arc sine. I think you know that these are the sine inverse and cos inverse. Okay, so you know that
Yes, sir.
sine minus 1, cos power minus 1, something, the sine and
Yes, sir.
yeah, you can explore these functions. You can just give one value to it, and this is the problem I am giving it to you, which says that a ship is going and there is an anchor on the ground. So you have the entire rope meters, how many meters it took, and what is the angle with the floor depth, and you need to find out what is the depth of the ocean. And I think I have given you the hint about what to do, like sine, cos, sine inverse, cos inverse. And one hint I want to give is that here, earlier, for example, this is 39 degrees. People might be thinking that we can give
So your
Sir,
voice
your
is
voice is low, sir.
sometimes. Okay. Now, is it audible?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you can give sine of 39 degrees, computer will never understand what is degrees. So you need to convert them into radians. Okay, the degrees should be converted into radians. So I think you know the formula of how to convert radians. What is the formula? Can you tell me? Anybody knows how you can convert a degree into radians?
39 into pi by 180.
Yes. The alpha, whatever alpha or theta that you are giving, I will write alpha into pi. Pi means 3.14. I think you can also explore in the math functions here. You can see that there is a value called pi, right? Reference returns the value of pi. You can also use simply that pi, okay? And you can also write 3.14 by 180, 180 degrees, but you can write it as a number. So naturally our alpha is 39 into 3.14 will give you the value that you want. So this is the radians for the degree 39. Okay. Now after getting these radians, now you substitute somewhere else where you will get the answer. What is the formula? I think you all know the formula. So work out on paper first. I'll show you the diagram and then you can get it. And you can also try out the next problem if possible. Okay, I can give you 5 minutes of time. You do it. I think after that we can meet in the lab. But after 5 minutes, we just discuss. If you have an idea, 5 or 10 minutes you take on your own.
Sir, once can you show second problem, sir? The question, sir. Okay. Yeah, sir. Thank you.
It's 10 o'clock.
Okay, then you try out. We will end the meeting now, and we will meet at afternoon lab. Okay, bye all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.